wanted to share with you guys this experience I had about, 5 years ago? 8 years ago. I had a medical condition called Guillain Barre Syndrome, which paralyzed my eyes. This whole experience lasted 6 months. But when I first got it, the doctors didn't even know what I had, right? So one morning I woke up and I was seeing double, right? It just happened I just woke up one day and I was seeing double, right? And I didn't know what to do, and I freaked out, and I went to the doctor like immediately, right? And the doctor didn't know what I had. They gave me like, the simple tests, and they sent me to a specialist, and he was like the best guy in the area, and he was an eye doctor, ophthalmologist, and even he didn't know what I had, right? So they just sent me to get CAT scanned. They tested my vision, they tested my blood, and nobody knew what I had, right? And it was like that for months, for like 5-6 months, right? And like it was like the most horrible experience. But when I first got, I figured out that because during the testing, the eye tests that they were giving me, I noticed that if I covered one eye, I could see like single vision, like normal. So I started like wearing an eye patch so I could see. And people's reaction to me wearing an eye patch was so crazy. Some people thought that I was like faking it, that I was just wearing it for fashion. Some people thought that I was like a veteran and that I lost my eye or something in the war or whatever. Some people, what else, man?
Some people thought you were a pirate.
Some people thought I was a pirate, like I was walking down the street one day and some guy just goes, "Yar, matey," right? And it was crazy, man. It was a crazy experience. Like we didn't know what I had. We didn't know how long it was gonna last. And like I had my daughter already, like she was like a little kid, and I envisioned myself like in her high school graduation, and me with this stupid eye patch, or not even being able to see straight. And it's such a crazy experience, man. But eventually, like my vision went back, and when it finally went back, the specialist, the eye doctor, was like, "Hey, I finally remember this thing that we were told in medical school that really it doesn't even happen that often, and what it does, it's just it paralyzes your eyes." So what happened was my body. I had a cold for like a couple months, like a month and a half somewhere. It was a long period, and my body was trying to like heal itself, and in the process of healing itself, because I wouldn't get 100% each time, I would just like get a little better, and then the cold was still there. So my body was always in constant like attack mode, trying to attack this virus or whatever, trying to heal my body. And it starts attacking your nervous system. Now, most people become paralyzed, like their whole body becomes paralyzed, and you have to stay in the emergency room. But I was one of the lucky few that it's like 0.01% of people only become paralyzed, like in the eyes, like your muscles or your nerves or something become paralyzed, and you don't receive the information like you normally do. I had to go to the emergency room. They did a spinal tap. It was like the craziest experience I ever had. It made me reevaluate my life afterwards, and made me see what was important. Not only what was important, but who were my real friends, because who was the real people around me that stuck by while all these things were happening, because I couldn't do anything. I was stuck at home for like months, dude. Yeah, Kristen had to like shave my beard, It was so crazy. It was a crazy experience. And I've never told anybody this, but around the time when I got it, I'm not saying it's related, but it's kind of crazy. Around the time that I got this, I was being invited to join this fraternity, right, slash secret men's club, right, babe?
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of crazy things about it, and you know, I remember just thinking, I'm not even a religious person, dude, and I remember thinking, you know, if I'm not supposed to do this, you know, send me a sign, dude, like God, you know. And the next morning, I woke up and my vision was all messed up, dude. So I don't know. It's a crazy experience. It happened to anybody. In fact, something similar happened to my eye doctor as well, like recently, right?
Yeah.
It just happened to him out of nowhere. He started losing his vision, and now he has it back. But it could happen to anybody, dude. And just like me, doctors didn't know what he had at first, and they didn't know what to do. So it's a tragic experience, dude. To have your eyesight affected affects everything in your life. If we're thinking of survival of the fittest and, you know, evolutionary chain, once your vision is gone, you become the weakest animal in that cycle, dude. Your food, you know? So it's so crazy. It made me appreciate my vision even more now, you know? Now I'm all paranoid. Anything that happens to my eyes, I'm like, babe, check this out. And, you know, it made me more cautious about my health, you know? And, I don't know. Hopefully you guys, like, think about your health and your body and your eyes, and, you know, be grateful when you're healthy, and do all the things that you want to do while you still have your health and your youth. Because we think that we're going to live forever, but our time is very limited, you know? Peace.